Hey, Jonathan from GameSpot here. I'm here with Shuhei Yoshida. He's the main man for PlayStation for the entire worldwide region, more or less. So tell us more about crossplay. What does the game need to actually get crossplay? I mean, is it really hard for developers to actually, with the two different SKUs and everything? Is it a burden for them?
Well, it depends on the game, but because PS3 and PS Vita has similar amount of memory and the performance is closer compared to PSP and PS3, it's much easier to create two SKUs of the same game between PS3 and PS Vita, and the game is developed, sharing the engine. It's really easy to achieve the, cross-play functionality, for example. So we are very excited to be able to offer many of our titles, like PlayStation All-Stars, or Battle Royale, or Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, and Ratchet & Clank Q-Force, on both PS3 and PS Vita.
Yeah, there were two franchises that are really, really big on the PSP and on any Sony platform, example Monster Hunter, or maybe on the top of my head, most probably Street Fighter and mostly Monster Hunter in that sense. Do you think, or even Metal Gear Solid, that's also a very popular franchise. I was thinking would there be any development down the line for these two franchises in the future for Vita or PS3 in the future?
Well, yeah, so these are great, franchises from third-party publishers. So I'm not in the position to, have comments on third-party publishers, franchises. But to be honest, I'm so excited to hear the announcement yesterday by Namco Bandai. They are bringing God Eater 2, very popular franchise in Japan, to both PS Vita and PSP. So, I'd like to see many more great franchises coming over to PS Vita.
So what actually made the company itself go for this initiative, the crossplay for PSP, PS Vita, and PS3 and the Vita?
Why? Well, because we can do that. Because we are technology companies. So when we develop, new system, we always think about, what can we do between these two? And sometimes, we can offer these functionalities from day one. For example, Wipeout was, players group between, PSP, Vita and PS3, at the, almost beginning of launch of the PS Vita. But, the cross-buy functionality actually needed system software support to happen. So, we waited until, late this year. So we are working with the hardware group of, PlayStation to discuss and, prioritize what functionalities, using, different platforms to move forward. Because, the new functionalities need to be supported by hardware group, and at the same time, new functionality has to be supported by our titles.
And of course, we've got a number of first-party titles. One that's really most notably missing from yesterday's press conference was The Last Guardian. Now, if you don't mind me asking, is that project still going on, or what? Could you give us any updates on it so far?
Well, I don't mind you asking, and the answer is yes. The game is still in development, and we will show when we are comfortable, with the progress. And the team is very hard. Working on the title in Japan studio.
Are we thinking more of in the future, probably next year, for perhaps a next gen sort of thing that you're planning, I guess?
Well, we once announced the title to come out at a certain time, and we regret we did it. We did it prematurely, so we are, not talking about our future plans.
So we are going to expect to see a Last Guardian in the near future. Is that correct?
It's not something I'm making comment.
Now, of course, with the way that crossplay works, there is also another competition on the horizon, the Nintendo and its Wii U, and how do you think Sony will actually stand out against what the Wii U has to offer? What can Sony do, more or less?
Well, we still haven't seen, much of what Nintendo is going to offer on Wii U, so it's, kind of difficult to, answer that questions.
Already announced the price, and they showed off a little bit of what certain games can do, can play off the TV or whatnot, and the price point. I mean, how can you combat that? I mean, off the top of your head.
Yes, so ever since Nintendo Wii U was announced last year, to me, how I understood the Nintendo Wii U is its gigantic DS. It's a two screen like a one big screen on TV and one smaller screen on your controller. So it's like DS, right? So that's my understanding.
So do you think, in your opinion, or maybe the company's opinion, would it be very stiff competition, or is it really nothing to worry about from your side?
We are not making comments against other companies, but as far as I'm concerned personally, Nintendo offers something interesting, and it's their thing. And we have our own, plans and strategies. So we do our offering. So it may be good to have different approach to gaming, for the industry.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.